It's August 16th, 2021. My question is on this one.
To the puffed rice deliciousness of bale puri, and to wash it down, freshly squeezed sugar cane. But as tantalising and comforting as Mumbai street food is, the city's growing middle classes have a new appetite for trendier establishments. Farsi Cafe fits the bill perfectly, from its bespoke...
Okay. My question is, this new middle class, the problem with dual residence, especially in this, is this smoke right here comes from, well, I'll just call it dry ice, and it's the, right here, it's these, they're obsessed with magic, they always have been. And this middle class now wants the chemicals to make this for like a showy, in the not so showy area. And now it's being brought in. The problem is that this and these contacts ties into the Air Force. I just watched this whole thing on Afghanistan where they're all bum rushing the airport tarmac, and there's one silver gray, like a military, it says Air Force on it, but more of like a cargo flight, and they're jumping onto the back wheel, and it doesn't look like they're trying to rip the metal off, but in symbology, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, so now I'm in New York. There's a lot of dual citizens from there. What I see on TV representing Afghanistan, there's also a lot of people in just Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361, that look very similar. So now they have people here, they have people there, and the people here are interfering with people there, and then the overall governance. Then there's other areas. This particular one is considered, I believe, India, if it's Mumbai. And it's got now a middle class wanting more trendy things because they come over here or to other major cities like New York. They get used to all these really fancy magical tricks, and then they want to bring them back where they don't belong. And then that becomes a problem with the sales of even simple chemical process. But then that leads, this is just a visual inkling of what massive, bigger laws are being broken, but on an innocent platform that riles up and gets the children really angry of Earth. So this small breach of security leads to a much larger, but then tends to rally and upset and then cause mass hysteria and small guerrilla war tactics to go on in mob mentality. Which is why the communications and the cell phones were so big on not giving every criminal a cell phone in their hand.
Cocktails to its ever-changing wall projections, but the standout star remains the food, which marries global cuisine with Indian influences. Dishes such as lamb shanks, slow-cooked in a nahari stew, to
this is a very Asian fusion,
are as visually appealing as they are
but
tasty.
not their Asian, next door.
It's absolutely delicious.
That also, by the way, though, if you're in this area, the beauty of this area is all the street vendors. But now you're introducing trendy places. What for? Why does anybody here need trendy? The culture and the nuance and the beauty of this area is all the street everything that they've been doing forever. Why are they pushing trendy into a non-trendy or a different type of trendy? Why must they constantly ruin the goodness that they had of the old and the fashionably significant? I mean, it is so horrible with not just them, but just in And in New York, there's no culture whatsoever. Everything's been stripped away.
To the break, we'll have much more from Mumbai.
Now I see.
And ruled over this country. We've imbibed a lot of that, but we've never forgotten our old roots. And our culture is really so strong that it has survived all these several invasions that took place. And we're very proud of that.
So it's August 16th, 2021. And it's Nicole Cattaruzza. It's star 1978, star 8378.